Hello and welcome to Coffee on Korriban, where today, once again, I am going to be reading the non-canon draft of the script of Revenge of the Sith. So it's not a normal type of show tonight. Didn't really have a whole lot of time or any guests to bring on, so I figured I would just go ahead and solo stream this, and we're going to get into it. This has been a lot of fun so far, figuring out the differences between the live action, what actually made it into the movie of Revenge of the Sith, and this non-canon draft. It's really cool to see the differences. Last time we saw Anakin and Obi-Wan bring down General Grievous's cruiser in a controlled manner onto the city of Coruscant, whereas in the movie they pilot, and then Obi-Wan says, "Another happy landing." But we're going to get into it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you can spot some differences between this non-canon draft and what made it into the movie, but we're going to do it. Welcome back to the show. Hopefully you are all having a fantastic day. We're going to get straight into it. So if you remembered last time, what we finished off with was the opera scene. There's a few differences between this non-canon draft and the original movie, or actually what it ended up making it into the movie. A couple different lines of dialogue, but mostly the whole tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise was all intact. And so that's what we left off on. That's what we're going to continue on to. Hail to Glenn Schroeder. He says, "My internet is screwy. Had to say, hey, well, here's a sip for you." And then we also have my man, Charlie. Here's a sip for you. And to everyone else, I apologize for the lack of content recently. Kind of not really had a whole lot of motivation recently, and also been doing a whole lot of other stuff as well. But tonight we are going to get into this script and see what it's all about. So if we pop back over to here, we can see this is where the opera house scene ended. It's ironic, isn't it? Lord Plagueis could save others from death, but not himself. Is it possible to learn this power? Ominously. Not from a Jedi. And here we are going to the exterior of Kashyyyk. Day. A Wookiee catamaran flanked by Wookiee helicopters approaches the tree housing the hologram area. Interior, Kashyyyk, Jedi Council chambers. Hologram area. Day. Yoda and various Jedi speak via hologram. The discussion includes Obi-Wan, Mace, Agan Kolar, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and Plo Koon. Ki-Adi-Mundi, through the holo. Palpatine thinks General Grievous is on Utapau. We have had no reports of this from our agents. Mace Windu. How could the Chancellor even come by this information and we know nothing about it? We have had contact with Baron Papanoida, and he said no one was there. I wonder if that's the tooth guy. Interesting. A partial message was intercepted in a diplomatic packet from the chairman of Utapau. Act on this, we must. The capture of General Grievous will end this war. Quickly and decisively, we should proceed. Does everyone agree? All the Jedi concur. The Chancellor has requested that I lead the campaign. They all look at Anakin, a bit disturbed. Mace Windu, a little peeved. The Council will make up its own mind on who is to go, not the Chancellor. Yes, this decision is ours to make. Anakin is embarrassed, becomes sullen. A master is needed, one with more experience. Given our resources, I recommend we send only one Jedi, Master Kenobi. He was not so successful the last time he met Grievous. Obi-Wan throws Anakin a dirty look. Anakin to Obi-Wan. No offense, Master, but I'm only stating a fact. Oh no, you're quite right. But I do have the most experience in the ways of combat. Obi-Wan, my choice is. I concur. Master Kenobi should go. I agree. I think, who's the Master Vandar or whatever from Knights of the Old Republic? I think that's who my Yoda voice is. It's not very good, I must admit. But we will continue after a sip. And let me know down in the chat how you guys are doing today. I'd love to hear from you guys. All the Jedi concur. Very well. Council is adjourned. Anakin is angry with the decision. Obi-Wan, prepare 2 clone brigades as quickly as you can. If this report is true, there's no telling how many battle droids he may have with him. It's very interesting because it almost seems like this, in the movie, is the second half of the "but we do not grant you the rank of master" scene. And very interesting seeing how it was split up differently in this non-canon draft. But we will continue. Interior, Kashyyyk. Hologram area, day. Yoda gets out of his chair and walks to the edge of the platform. Clone Commander Gree. The droids have started up their main power generators. Then now the time is, Commander. Yes, sir. The battle between the droid army and the Wookiees begins. Exterior, Kashyyyk. Beachhead, day. A Wookiee chieftain lets out a roar as the Wookiee army rushes to face the droid army. Corporate Alliance tank droids race across the water against the Wookiees and clone troopers on the beach. Droid gunships provide air support, while a spider droid emerges from the watery depths. A brave Wookiee places an explosive on a separatist tank and jumps off just before the tank explodes. From the hologram area, Yoda observes the ongoing battle. Exterior, Coruscant. Padme's apartment, early morning. Padme's apartment building is surrounded by the smog-shrouded city of Coruscant. Padme, Mon Mothma, Bana Brimu, Feng Zar, Gideon Danu, Bail Organa, and Chi Ikwe sit in Padme's living room. C-3PO serves drinks to the guests. We cannot let this situation turn into yet another war. Absolutely. That is the last thing any among us wants. We are hoping to form an alliance in the Senate to stop the Chancellor from further subverting the Constitution, that's all. I know a Jedi I would feel it would be wise to consult. That could prove dangerous, Senator. What he means to say is that we do not know where the Jedi stand in all of this. I only wish to discuss with this one I trust. And you must forgive me, these Bana Brimu, Gideon Danu, Chi Ikwe, I don't know who they are and what they sound like, so I'm just going to make up voices. And they're probably not going to stay consistent. Going against the Chancellor without the support of the Jedi is risky. In truth, the Jedi aren't any happier with the situation than we are. Patience, Senator. We have so many senators on our side. Surely that will persuade the Chancellor. When you present the petition of 2,000 to the Chancellor, things may change. Let us see what we can accomplish in the Senate before we include the Jedi. Padme takes a deep breath in frustration and disappointment. It's very different. Very different. Thank you very much. I'm trying. I am absolutely trying. I feel like my Obi-Wan and Anakin are pretty close, especially my Anakin. I feel happy with that one. But voices are very hard, especially switching off between them like so rapidly. It is absolutely not easy. But we'll keep going. Exterior, Coruscant. Clone landing platform. Day. Anakin and Obi-Wan walk onto a landing platform overlooking a docking bay where thousands of clone troops and armored weapons, tanks, etc. are being loaded onto a massive Republic assault ship. You're going to need me on this one, Master. Oh, I agree. However, it may turn out just to be a wild bantha chase. Obi-Wan starts to turn and leave. Master! Obi-Wan stops, and Anakin walks over to him. Master, I've disappointed you. I haven't been very appreciative of your training. I've been arrogant, and I apologize. I've just been so frustrated with the Council, but your friendship, it means everything to me. You are strong and wise, Anakin, and I am very proud of you. I have trained you since you were a boy. I have taught you everything I know, and you have become a far greater Jedi than I could ever hope to be. And you have saved my life more times than I can remember. But be patient, Anakin. It won't be long before the Council makes you a Jedi Master. Obi-Wan starts down the ramp, then turns back. Don't worry. I have enough clones with me to take up 3 systems of the size of Utapau. I think I'll be able to handle the situation, even without your help. Well, there's always a first time. Obi-Wan laughs. They talk for a few more minutes before Anakin watches Obi-Wan depart. Obi-Wan, may the Force be with you. Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you. Obi-Wan heads down the ramp toward the waiting Republic cruiser. That is such a sad scene in the movie. Having watched it, however many dozens of times, every time I see that scene, it's so sad because it's the last time they were ever friendly with each other. It's awful. And then also the symbolism of Anakin being in the dark and then Obi-Wan standing in the light. It's also just so poetic, and it points to how awesome this movie is. And I keep coming back to it. I think I always will. Exterior Coruscant. Clone landing platform. Day. The Republic cruiser lifts off and heads for space. Interior Republic battle cruiser. Hangar space. Clone troopers stand at attention in rows on the floor of the hangar deck, waiting to board landing raft. Obi-Wan stands next to his blue Jedi fighter, talking to several clone commanders with their helmets off. A hologram of the planet Utapau is projected by R4G9 into the middle of the hangar. Clone Commander Cody. Fortunately, most of the cities are concentrated in this small continent here, on the far side. I'll keep them distracted until you get there. Just don't take too long. Come on, boss. When have I ever let you down? They laugh. Obi-Wan. Cato Nemoidia, for starters. Obi-Wan climbs into his Jedi fighter. Clone Commander Cody. That was Anakin who was late, I believe. Very well. The burden is on me not to destroy all the droids before you get there. I'm counting on it, sir. Exterior Jedi fighter, space. Obi-Wan blasts the blue Jedi fighter out of the Republic battlecruiser and into the hyperspace ring. He heads for the planet Utapau. Exterior Utapau, space. Obi-Wan blasts out of his starfighter's hyperspace ring and heads for the planet Utapau. The blue fighter skims over the planet's surface, flat except for a few giant sinkholes. Interior Utapau landing platform, day. Obi-Wan lands his ship on the platform, projecting out of the side of a giant sinkhole. All is quiet. A local administrator, Tion Midan, comes out to greet the ship. Oh, that's the guy. That's right. Obi-Wan climbs out of his fighter as a short ground crew looks over his ship. On a ledge above the landing platform, Grievous's bodyguards watch as Obi-Wan talks to Tion Midan. Greetings, young Jedi. What brings you to our remote sanctuary? Unfortunately, the war. There's no war here, unless you've brought it with you. With your kind permission, I should like to take some fuel and to use your city as a base as I search nearby systems for General Grievous. A ground crew rushes out and refuels Obi-Wan's fighter. Tion Midan leans close to Obi-Wan and speaks quietly. He is here. We are being held hostage. They are watching us. I understand. The 10th level. Thousands of battle droids. Tell your people to take shelter. If you have warriors, now is the time. Obi-Wan starts back towards his starfighter as Tion Midan leaves the platform. Grievous's bodyguards retreat to the overhead platform. Obi-Wan climbs back into his blue Jedi fighter. His Astro unit, R4G9, turns to him. G9, take the fighter back to the ship. I'm staying here. Tell Cody I've made contact. The little astromech beeps a reply. Exterior observation deck, Utapau. On a high balcony, Tion Midan looks down on the landing platform. A few steps behind him stands one of Grievous's bodyguards. They watch the canopy lower. And also you'll notice there's a Grievous is misspelled right there. Some inconsistencies with this script, but that's what makes it so cool. And again, the fact that there's some stuff that made it from this into the movie and stuff that they cut out, like the whole senators talking about starting the Rebel Alliance scenes were cut out of the movie. There's one, I believe, that's a deleted scene that is in the extended edition, in the Ultimate Edition. But it's cool to see the differences between this and what made it into the movie. Yeah, and just like you're saying here, I haven't read the novel. I really want to, but it does seem kind of like this. Like there's more stuff to this story, and then you can kind of pick and choose in your own head what you like and what you think is Revenge of the Sith. But it's just really interesting to see what made it into the movie and what didn't. So we will continue. And also let me know if you like this. And if you feel so kind, delicately tap that like button or dislike, because honestly, it doesn't make a difference. Tion Medan. I told you, all he wanted was fuel. I think, do the bodyguards, Grievous's bodyguards, use a robot voice? What was his name? He did not say. They watch as the blue Jedi fighter takes off. See, that as an example, like he's talking to Grievous's bodyguards there. But in the movie, it's as he's walking away from Obi-Wan, he talks to one of his other fellow Utapauans. Pauans? I think they're called Pauans. Interior landing platform, hallway, Utapau. Obi-Wan also watches his ship take off. He's hiding in the hallway. He quietly moves farther into the city. Exterior, Utapau stairway, sinkhole rim. Obi-Wan quickly rushes up a stairway cut into the side of the sinkhole. From an alcove, he carefully surveys the city, then quickly moves on. Interior conference room, grand chamber, Utapau. General Grievous stands before the Council of Separatists, including Newt Gunray, Rune Hako, Poggle the Lesser, Shu Mai, Sandhill, Po Nudo, Wat Tambor, and Pasel Argent. Obi-Wan hides above the assembly and watches intently. General Grievous. Oh, my Grievous is the worst. It's just absolutely terrible. It won't be long before the armies of the Republic track us here. I am sending you to the Mustafar system in the Outer Rim. It is a volcanic planet which generates a great deal of scanning interference. You will be safe there. Safe. Chancellor Palpatine managed to escape your grip, General. Without Count Dooku, I have doubts about your ability to keep us safe. Be thankful, Viceroy, you have not found yourself in my grip. Your ship is waiting. Obi-Wan is in deep thought about what action to take. Interior, 10th level, control center. The Jedi removes his cloak and jumps down behind the cyborg general. Hello there. General Kenobi, you are a bold one. I find your behavior bewildering. Surely you realize you're doomed. To his droids. Kill him! About 100 battle droids surround Obi-Wan, Grievous, and his bodyguards. Obi-Wan looks around, then walks right up to the general. They stare at each other for a moment. Enough of this! The bodyguards raise their power staffs to knock Obi-Wan away, but he ducks as the deadly staffs whistle over his head. The Jedi's lightsaber ignites, and Obi-Wan deftly cuts one of the bodyguards in two. His staff flies into the air and is caught by Grievous. The other 3 bodyguards attack Obi-Wan with an intense fury. Obi-Wan uses the Force to release a piece of equipment from the ceiling. It drops on the bodyguards, smashing them. Obi-Wan walks towards Grievous, slashing the last bodyguard to pieces. Battle droids move towards him. Back away! I will deal with this Jedi slime myself. It doesn't say slime. I just wanted to say slime so bad, but it's not even there. Y'all move. You fool! I have been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku himself. His cybernetic arms separate, grab all 4 lightsabers on his belt. His 4 arms create a flashing display of swordsmanship. And I trained the Jedi who defeated Count Dooku. Obi-Wan is hard-pressed to defend himself against the deadly onslaught. They fight across the control room as the battle droid sharpshooters try to pick off the Jedi. Obi-Wan mounts a ferocious counterattack and cuts off one of Grievous's hands. A loud explosion is heard echoing through the sinkhole. Grievous and Obi-Wan glance to the entrance of the control center and see clone troops in the distance, attacking droids in the sinkhole. On the far wall behind the sinkhole, clones are rappelling into balconies. I may not defeat your droids, but my troops certainly will. Army or not, Kenobi, you must realize you are doomed. 20 clones suddenly rappel into the entrance of the control center, ray guns blazing. Chaos. Laser bolts fly everywhere as the droids return fire. Obi-Wan attacks Grievous, who defends himself rigorously with one of his bodyguard's electrostaffs. Kenobi uses the Force to hurl the general backwards. He falls onto a lower platform. Obi-Wan jumps down after him. Interior 10th level control center. More clones rappel onto the control center and blast away at the remaining droids. The Jedi cuts down several droids as he races to the entrance of the control center. This is so fun. It's so similar to the movie, but it's so different at the same time. Like there's just stuff that's not in the movie. And that goes back to what Charlie was saying earlier. I'd love to read the novel and see what's in that and how that compares. Maybe I'll have to get my hands on that copy and then do a review of the novel. I'm sure everyone else has done that, but I would love to do it. All right, here we go. Obi-Wan spots Grievous racing toward one of the landing platforms in the midst of the battle. General Grievous jumps onto the menacing-looking wheel scooter and takes off down the wall of the sinkhole. Obi-Wan, summoning the Force, leaps down into the sinkhole after him. Exterior Senate office building, Coruscant. Sunset. The sun is setting as the lights come on inside the massive building. The sky is an ominous red. Interior Chancellor's office. Palpatine listens to a delegation from the Senate, which includes Padme and 5 other senators, Ni Alavar, Fang Zar, Melody, Sweet Conquerkill, and Mon Calamari. Anakin stands close to the side of the Chancellor. I understand your reservations completely, Senator, and I assure you the appointment of the governors will in no way compete with the duties of the Senate. May I take it then that there will be no further amendments to the Constitution? I want this terrible conflict to end as much as you do, my lady, and when it does, I guarantee an immediate return to democracy. You are pursuing a diplomatic solution to the war, then? You must trust me to do all the right things, Senator. After all, that is why I'm here. But surely, the Chancellor turns on Fang Zar. I have said what I will do is right. I have said I will do what is right. That should be enough for your committee. On behalf of the delegation of 2,000, I thank you, Chancellor. I thank you for bringing this to my attention, Senator. Padme gives Anakin a frustrated look, then turns and exits with the other 5 senators. Palpatine to Anakin. Their sincerity is to be admired, although I sense there is more to their request than they are telling us. What do you mean? They are not to be trusted. Surely Senator Amidala can be trusted. These are unstable times for the Republic, Anakin. Some see instability as an opportunity. Senator Amidala is hiding something. I can see it in her eyes. I'm sure you are mistaken. I'm surprised your Jedi insides are not more sensitive to such things. I simply don't sense betrayal in Senator Amidala. Palpatine studies Anakin carefully and gives him a skeptical look. Page 60. This is fun. Charlie says, you got to check out the novel. So awesome. Also, your General Grievous is so hard. And I know I'm doing it the wrong way. And it hurts. And as someone who does metal vocals, if it hurts, you're doing it wrong. So I'm absolutely doing it wrong. But I'm trying. And it's fun. This is very interesting. Yes, you do. But you don't seem to want to admit it. There is much conflict in you, Anakin. It's nothing, Chancellor. Interior Jedi War Room, Coruscant. Early evening. Ki-Adi-Mundi, Anakin, Yoda, Mace, Commander Cody, and Ayla Secura talk via holograms. Mace Windu, may I interrupt? General Kenobi has made contact with General Grievous, and we've begun our attack. Thank you, Commander. Anakin, deliver this report to the Chancellor. His reaction will give us a clue as to his intentions. Yes, Master. Anakin leaves the room. Commander Cody's hologram disappears. The dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor. I sense that he's a puppet being controlled from the shadows. Ooh, that's a really cool insight. He says, I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. The dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor in the movie. But in this, he says, I sense that he's a puppet being controlled from the shadows. That is so cool. They know he's up to something, but they have no idea that it's him. He's the puppet master. That's so cool. I love that difference right there. If he has not give up his emergency powers after the destruction of Grievous, then he should be removed from office. That could be a dangerous move. The Jedi Council will have to take control of the Senate in order to secure a peaceful transition, and replace the Congress with senators who are not filled with greed and corruption. To a dark place this line of thought will carry us. Great care we must take. With great respect, Master Yoda, I think we must confront this sooner rather than later. Who knows what deals are being made behind Palpatine's closed doors? Then appoint you, I do, to shadow both Anakin and the Chancellor. It is done. Exterior Cliff Landing Platform, Utapau. Day. As General Grievous reaches the landing platform where his shuttle is waiting, Obi-Wan drops on top of the starship. Grievous spins his scooter around and takes off up the vertical cliff face with Obi-Wan. The sinkhole is engulfed in a great battle between clones and droids. The people of Utapau cower in whatever shelter they can find. Exterior Main City Plaza. A large group of Utapauan troops on lizards attack the droid army. The general accelerates off the edge, drives straight towards Obi-Wan. Prepare to move out of orbit. I will be up in a few moments. Obi-Wan sizes up the situation, looking for a way to get to Grievous. He uses the Force to destabilize the wheel scooter as Grievous charges at him. Grievous loses control of the wheel scooter, leaps out of it as it races towards Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan dives out of the way of the scooter and it rolls off the edge of the platform. The two engage in hand-to-hand combat. Obi-Wan struggles to avoid the deadly blows of the brutal, unstoppable droid. Obi-Wan ignites his lightsaber. Grievous ignites 3 of his blades, and the two warriors fight furiously. Obi-Wan hacks off one of Grievous's arms, but the droid continues fighting. Using the Force, Obi-Wan damages Grievous's stomach plate, revealing the alien lifeform's guts, encased in a bag inside the droid's chest. The wounded Grievous lunges forward, grabs Obi-Wan, hoists him over his head, and tosses him across the platform. Obi-Wan dangles off the edge of the platform. He clutches the rim, trying to hold on. Obi-Wan gets back onto the platform. Grievous is wounded badly, and he must now protect his exposed organs. Obi-Wan sees his chance, uses the Force again to pressure Grievous's mechanical shell. Grievous growls in pain. He may be a deadly swordsman, but he has no Force abilities whatsoever. Obi-Wan charges forward, and in one stroke slices the droid's legs off at the waist. The pathetic form of Grievous lies defenseless on the ground, a single handless arm remaining of his cyborg carcass. Obi-Wan stands over him, victorious at last. Grievous, coughing. This is not the end, Kenobi. The droid armies will never stop. Not to worry, General. That is my problem. Obi-Wan calls upon the Force and crushes the organ bag inside the torso's chest cavity. Grievous growls one last time, his life force literally crushed. The General closes his alien eyes. Man, how brutal is that? Obi-Wan force crushed Grievous's organs. That is incredible. So let me know. Let me know in the comments, in the chat, if you think this is a better death for Grievous than what we got in the movie with him being shot and then his eyes exploding. That was brutal in and of itself. But this is just more personal. It's like the difference between shooting someone and stabbing someone. Not that I know firsthand, but one is more personal. This is just so different. So let me know in the comments below, which ending to Grievous's life do you prefer better? And do you think it was a good decision to not include this in the movie? I want to know what you think, because, man, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. Anakin, exterior landing platform, sundown. Anakin meets with Padme in the tunnel of a covered landing platform. Anakin, I'm so tired of meeting like this. I hate it just as much as you do. How are we supposed to carry on like this? Meeting in alleyways and tunnels for the rest of our lives? What do we do when our child is born? I know, Padme. I'm looking for a solution. Why don't you leave the Order? Don't talk like that. It's the only way. Because of their rules, their dogmas, we can't be together, Anakin. I'm a Jedi Master. Angrily. I've trained most of all my life to achieve this position, and you want me to throw it all away? For us, yes. Not just for me. Eventually, they're going to learn the truth. Anakin and Padme walk out onto the open section of the landing platform. I can prevent that from happening. No, you can't, Annie. Not even your powers are that strong. This conversation is over for now. I'll see you later tonight. Anakin walks back away to the uncovered tunnel of the platform. Padme sobs as she returns from her speeder car. As Anakin walks toward the elevator, a hooded figure emerges from behind the support beams. Wait right there, Skywalker. Master Windu throws his hood back. Anakin, shocked. Master Windu. I'm the last person you ever expected to discover your secret, aren't I? You don't understand, Master. I understand very well, Skywalker, and I heard everything. What are you going to do now? The only thing there is to do. I'll turn you into the Council and let them decide your fate. They will expel me, Master Windu. Oh, I know they will. I'm counting on it. You've never liked me. Liked, I'm assuming it's supposed to say. You were always set against me. From the first time I met you, I knew there was something wrong about your path. Your pride was always there, and your destiny has always been clouded in doubt and fear. I hid my true feelings from the Council, but now I see my instincts were correct. Tread carefully, Master Windu. I'm a Jedi Master as well. Not anymore, in my eyes. Anakin and Windu lock eyes, each trying to guess the other's move. Then I take that as a threat on my... Ignites his lightsaber. Life! Anakin charges his fellow master. Mace Windu ignites his distinctive purple blade and parries the blow. Holy cow. Didn't expect this. This is... so uncivilized. Yeah, that wasn't in there. You're right. Good observation. That absolutely was not in this. And now we have Anakin fighting Mace Windu. This is wild. All right, let's keep going. Mace and Anakin have never even sparred, so they briefly feel each other out. Padme hears the clashing of the lightsabers, walks back toward the covered tunnels. Anakin and Mace fight viciously inside the tight space, slashing the support beams as they fight off each other's strikes. You finally crossed the line, Skywalker. I always knew you weren't cut out to be a Jedi. You've made a big mistake, Master Windu. You pride. Your pride knows no bounds, Anakin. Your pride knows no bounds. Anakin moves away, put several feet of space between him and Windu. No, my power knows no bounds. Anakin summons the Force and throws Mace backwards into the tunnel wall, smashing the glass. The tunnel rocks as the wind whips it through the opening. The damaged support beams give way and the tunnel starts to lean downward. Mace gets to his feet, but he's on the lower ground, sliding downward. He grabs hold of the last beam inside the structure. I'm sorry, Master Windu, but it's either you or me. Padme runs over, holds on to one of the beams. Anakin, what are you doing? Stay out of this, Padme. Don't let this happen, Senator. Senator? I forget that's Mace Windu. Anakin force pushes the beams, bending them farther until they break. Without hesitation, Anakin swings his lightsaber one last time against the wall, severing the tunnel in half. The tunnel falls down toward the endless city of Coruscant, taking Master Mace Windu to his death. Anakin! Anakin rushes over to console Padme. At first, she tries to break free from his grasp. Stop fighting me, Padme. Let go of me. Stop it. Anakin uses the Force to immobilize her. He backs away, trying to catch his breath. Padme is frozen still, seized by the power of the Force. He was going to expose me, Padme. He releases Padme. You saw how he threatened me. Padme gasps for air. I'm sorry, are you all right? Anakin hugs Padme, kisses her hair. I'm so sorry. What are we going to do now? Leave that to me. I'll take care of this. Exterior spaceport, Coruscant. Day. Wow, that is wild. That is absolutely wild. Yeah, the fight with Mace didn't happen here, but in the Chancellor's office, all of killing the voice. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's very hard to switch back and forth between the two. But yeah, that was wild. First off, I didn't expect that confrontation to happen right now. And second, that just is not how it happened in the movie. It's very different. Very interesting. Let me know if you're enjoying this. I know you are, Charlie. Everyone else watching. And also, I'd just like to say right now, the giveaway stream is next Monday. Next Monday night, we are doing the giveaway stream. I'm giving away a coffee maker, a mug, and maybe something else. We'll see. For 750 subscribers. So for everyone that just recently subscribed this past week or two, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy what you see on this channel. We normally have a live show. Tonight is just the script reading. And we will continue. A Republic transport lands. Obi-Wan and his remaining clone troopers exit the ship. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Home sweet home. But for how long, sir? We shall leave that up to destiny, Cody. Pats Cody's shoulder. You and your men get some rest. You deserve it. Will do, sir. Obi-Wan breathes in the morning Coruscant air. Just content to be out of the war zone for once. Interior hallway. Chancellor's quarters. Evening. Anakin is distressed. And rightly so. He paces back and forth, his anger and guilt dueling for control of his emotions. The inner turmoil breaks free. With his mechanical right arm, he punches a hallway column, shattering it with his fury. Palpatine emerges from the shadows, as he always does, rushes over to comfort the troubled Jedi. Anakin, what is the matter? Anakin continues pacing madly, the only way to sate the adrenaline still rushing through his system. Something's happened. What happened? Tell me. Palpatine cautiously advances toward Anakin. They will never forgive me for this. Forgive you for what, Anakin? I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong. Anakin slows down his pacing, takes several deep breaths. I've done something terrible, Chancellor. He leans his back against the wall, slides his body down until he's sitting on the floor. Only now does Palpatine approach him. Anakin looking at Palpatine. I killed someone. An innocent man. I don't know why I said that like Mace Windu. I killed someone. An innocent man. I see. They'll never forgive me. I'll be expelled from the Order. But you are a Jedi. Was it in self-defense? Anakin looks up, his eyes bloodshot and red, shakes his head. No. Who was it, Anakin? Master Windu. Oh dear. Does anyone else know about this? I came here straight away. I didn't know where else to turn. And you did the right thing. Come with me. Interior, Palpatine's office, evening. Anakin sits with his face buried in his hands. Now it is Palpatine who paces, slowly in front of his lengthy office window. I must ask you what happened, Anakin. I need the facts if I am to protect you. All this time the Jedi Council has been watching me, watching us. Master Windu has been following me for days. Go on. He confronted me about my relationship to you. He said I was being corrupted by your influence. And how did you respond to him? I told him he didn't understand, and that he was suspicious out of pure jealousy. Palpatine grins. He was never a fan of Master Windu. Yes, Master Windu and I never did see eye to eye. He began accusing me of treason to the Republic and the betrayal of the Jedi. He knew about Padme. It was only a matter of time before that secret became known. He would have exposed me. He was going to tell the Council everything. Master Windu always doubted me ever since I was a child. He never wanted to allow me into the Order in the first place. Yes, I know. He doubted the idea of you being the chosen one. Anakin stands up, walks towards Palpatine. Chancellor, what am I going to do? You are not alone, Anakin. We are going to handle this together. I can't involve you in this. You've done so much for me already. Palpatine moves in close, places his hands on Anakin's broad shoulders. Anakin, I have always looked after your best interests, and I shall not abandon you now in the time of your greatest need. Thank you, Chancellor. You're the only one who understands me. How awesome is that? That is just so cool. What's up, Weavin? Here's the zip for you. Thanks for stopping by. Great to see you. I think we can go just a little bit longer. And we'll find a good spot to wrap this up because this is getting intense. We are more than halfway through. Wow, I'm loving it. Interior, Yoda's quarters, Jedi Temple. Yoda is meditating as Obi-Wan enters. Something is wrong, Master Windu has yet to return. Feel a sudden disturbance, I do. At the Chancellor's office. What is it? In grave trouble, Master Windu is. No longer his force energy do I feel. I'll go around and round up others to accompany me. Spread thin are our numbers, Obi-Wan. Lifted now is the dark side's veil. Exterior skies over Coruscant. Night. Padme's speeder car zooms against the endless traffic of the planet. Padme cries as she navigates through the heavy traffic. Exterior Jedi Temple. Night. Obi-Wan and Jedi Masters Kit Fisto, Agan Kolar, and Saesee Tiin exit the massive front doors of the temple and stride down the equally massive causeway. Interior, Chancellor's office, Coruscant. Night. Anakin brings news to Palpatine. Chancellor, we have just received a report from Master Kenobi. He has killed General Grievous. I should be there fighting with him. It is upsetting to me to see that the Council doesn't seem to fully appreciate your talents. Do you wonder why they won't make you a Jedi Master? I wish I knew. More and more I get the feeling that I'm being excluded from the Council. I know there are things about the Force they're not telling me. They don't trust you, Anakin. They see your future. They know your power will be too strong to control. Anakin, you must break through the fog of lies the Jedi have created around you. Let me help you to know the subtleties of the Force. They walk into the hallway. Anakin, surprised. How do you know the ways of the Force? My mentor taught me everything about the Force, even the nature of the dark side. They stop. You know of the dark side? Anakin, if one is to understand the great mystery, one must study all its aspects, not just the dogmatic narrow view of the Jedi. If you wish to become a complete and wise leader, you must embrace a larger view of the Force. Be careful of the Jedi, Anakin. They fear you, and in time they will expel you. Expel me for what? Come now, Anakin. I know that Senator Amidala is in fact your beloved wife. Anakin is surprised, a bit angry. How do you know this? Who told you? Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. But if the Jedi, or your dear friend Obi-Wan, ever find out, the Jedi would be forced to expel you from the Order. Anakin walks over to the massive window, gazes out at the sky traffic. I want the world to know that I love her, and that we are married. I know you do, Anakin, but at what cost? Why are you confronting me like this? Because I want to help you. Anakin looks at Palpatine. How? Let me train you. Train me? You're not a Jedi. Oh no. I am something far more powerful. Palpatine turns and walks to the center of the room. Anakin turns away from the window. Only through me can you achieve a power greater than any Jedi. Palpatine turns around, reveals his true face. His eyes glow bright yellow. His voice deepens. Voice deepens? Hold on. Learn to use the dark side of the Force, Anakin, and you will become its most powerful practitioner. You're a Sith. It dawns on him now. You're Lord Sidious. Palpatine grinning. There is none higher, Anakin. Anakin cannot believe what he's hearing or seeing. But Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus was merely my apprentice, and a rather convenient means to an end. Anakin walks away from the window, paces back and forth. Then this entire war, all of it, this was your plan from the beginning. Yes, it required years of manipulation to bring events to where they stand now. And all the while, underneath the careful watch of the supposedly wise order of the Jedi. Then it's true, the dark side is stronger. More than you could ever imagine. I don't know what to think. I think it meant to say erase. Erase your mind's questions and search your feelings. What do they tell you? I can feel your power surging throughout the room. Yes, now seize it and make it yours. Use my knowledge, I beg you. And what happens to Padme? She comes with us. Soon the war will be over and the Republic must come to an end. And in its place, a galactic empire ruled by me and my apprentice. Palpatine walks over to Anakin, touches his face. Blue streams of dark side energy flow from Palpatine's fingers into Anakin's face and body. No, what are you doing? How does it feel, Skywalker? Anakin is afraid, but he doesn't resist. The surging dark side power gives him an intoxicating sensation. It's unlike anything I've ever known. This is just the beginning. Oh, the things I shall teach you. What must I do? You have already done what I have asked of you, and more. By killing Master Windu, you removed the one Jedi who harbored suspicions about me. His meddling was growing tiresome, and as for Master Yoda, he is harmless. Then you are wrong, Anakin. As we speak, your friends are on their way to investigate Master Windu's disappearance. Is Obi-Wan with them? Indeed he is. Man, what a gnarly scene. That was intense. So, holy cow. So that's the whole confrontation. And we get a shorter, more compact version of that in the movie. But that was just unreal. So that sounds a whole lot more like the ancient Sith Lords in the books with Malgus or Bane where he's just like reveling in the dark side, especially like when he turns around in his eyes and he reveals his true face. Like that would have been so cool to see in the movie. I'm kind of bummed we didn't get that, because that was a really cool scene. And I don't know where it's going to play out from that. We're going to call it here tonight. But that was so cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that as well. Because, man, Palpatine is gnarly as a Sith Lord. Like, we already knew that, but that scene was just so cool. So I'm hoping that everyone watching, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. And yeah, just let me know if you liked that. Everyone except Charlie, because I know you liked it. So thank you very much for watching, everyone that stopped by. I really appreciate it. If you've been here from the beginning, I really appreciate your time. May the stash be with you. And I will see you Monday when we have our giveaway stream. And I'll wait for the camera to come back on. Wherever I happen to see you in the galaxy.